Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're talking about East Palestine, Ohio, and President Biden, and a little bit about taxes, border control, and the war on Ukraine. So to start, ABC News. Um, they originally did a report on, just like many other news stations, did a report on the train derailment a year ago in East Palestine, Ohio. Um, Some of the side effects: one couple reported headaches and a metallic taste in their mouth. Months later, they tested positive for vinyl chloride, which is a carcinogen that was aboard the train that derailed. The husband of that couple was diagnosed with breast cancer after the train derailment. And it's unknown if it's related to the train derailment, but he didn't have any health concerns prior to the incident. Some of the ailments that residents reported are rashes. They showed one woman who had a rash on her face and neck area, and her shoulders, and her chest. Um, Most people have headaches, like I said, the metallic taste in their mouth, nosebleeds, and chemical burns on their skin, just from the chemicals in the air and in their homes. The incident commander of Norfolk Southern said that he believes that he is confident that the area is safe, but residents still don't trust that it is safe, and I don't blame them. They were told a year ago that it was safe. However, they started having these health issues that they didn't have before. Not only the ones that I listed with the headache, nosebleeds, chemical burns, and things like that, but some people report that they've had lung issues and heart issues since the incident. These are people that didn't have any serious health concerns prior to the train derailment. So at that time, they were told that the air was safe, the soil is safe, and the water is safe. Since then, the train company has spent over $100 million on the cleanup, and the EPA has taken over 45,000 samples of the air, the soil, and the water. And they say that it's safe to be there in the area and to live in the area. News Nation also conducted interviews with residents a year ago. One reporter who interviewed residents was told that the EPA told residents that the water is safe, like I said. However, in what looked to be clean water, this reporter took a stick and he put it in the water, and all he did was he dragged it from one side to the other. And then you could just see chemicals rise to the surface. And this is a picture here of the chemicals that rose to the surface. You can see how it has that shiny rainbow metallic look to it. That's the chemicals in the water after they were told it's safe. There's also photos of dead fish in the water after they were told it's safe. 7 months after the train derailment happened, that same reporter who showed the chemicals in the water went back to East Palestine, to the same body of water, and he used a shovel to move some rocks around, and again showed chemicals in the water after the EPA said again that it's safe. And here is that photo. And again, this is 7 months later. This is in September of 2023. News Nation had an independent testing consultant test the air, the water, and the soil, and even tested the air filtration system in residents' homes. And he did find dioxins, contaminants that the EPA says they're not finding in all of those areas: the soil, the water, the air filtration system in residents' homes. It's been a year after the derailment. President Biden has just visited with residents from East Palestine, Ohio. I want to say it was about 2 weeks ago. This article from the Government Accountability Project says that, quote, many residents are claiming the president's visit was just a show, calling it too little, too late. And I'll read the first paragraph. On Friday, February 16, 2024, President Biden visited a neighboring town in Pennsylvania to meet with individuals from East Palestine, Ohio. So he didn't even visit Ohio, he visited Pennsylvania. In the long awaited visit, Biden met with residents, Mayor Trent Conway, the EPA, and the Federal Emergency Management Agency to discuss the derailment and the cleanup efforts conducted by the agencies. In his press conference that afternoon, he said Norfolk Southern failed the small village. However, the president did not address the health concerns being experienced by the residents, the levels of dioxins and other dangerous chemicals, or mention anything about declaring a national disaster for the incident. So that's pretty much all he went to do is say that the rail company failed. He didn't address any health concerns. He didn't address the levels of dioxins and other dangerous chemicals still in the area and in residents' homes in their air filtration systems. And he never mentioned anything about declaring it a national disaster. I think it's so crazy to me that it's not funny, but I find it funny that he won't help people suffering in his own country who are going through something like this. They can't even be home. They can't even be in their own homes, and they're being lied to. They've been lied to for over a year, saying that it's safe to be home, it's safe to be in the area, it's safe to drink the water, when clearly there are still chemicals in the water. There are still dangerous chemicals and dioxins in the soil, in the air, in your home's filtration system, air filtration system. You're breathing these things in. They're saying it's safe to go home. So if you go home and you're breathing these things in and you're drinking the toxic chemicals in the water, you're going to have the ailments that you're having. You're going to have the health issues that you're having, possibly even worse. Like these people who left their homes were not in their homes for a long period of time when they left, but you're telling them that it's safe to be home and you want them to go home. So you're going to have them breathing in these chemicals again and ingesting these chemicals again and lying to them, telling them that it's safe. But what I find funny or ironic about it is that even though Biden won't help these people here in his country, in our own country, he's going to send billions and billions of dollars to other countries to help fund wars that don't even involve America. He's sent over 74 plus $billion to Ukraine, and he finds it, this is what he said, that he finds it unethical to not help Ukraine and not fund Ukraine to help provide them with ammunition when they run out of ammunition for this war. This war doesn't even involve America, except for him, Biden sending money and troops and things to them. This has nothing to do with America. But the things that happen in our own country, he wants nothing to do with. So not only the issue with East Palestine, Ohio, and the Biden administration funding these wars that mainly Ukraine, but others as well that don't involve the United States, I would much rather my tax dollars go to East Palestine. However, we're going to be spending in years to come billions of dollars, if not trillions, over the course of years to eradicate the border crisis. And I've talked about this a few times before, but our tax dollars are going to pay for cracking down on drug cartels and gangs and the violence that stems from all of that, trafficking, human trafficking, sex trafficking, as well as cracking down on illegal immigration and removing the illegals from our country. There are plenty of immigrants in the United States who went through the proper channels and who are here legally. They've had waiting periods, they had tons of paperwork to do and tests to take, interviews to do. They've went through the proper channels to be able to live here legally, which is what you have to do in any other country other than the United States right now. That's a major thing that our tax dollars are going to go to is eradicating all of that. I would also like to say good on Texas, especially for putting up the wire and the shipping containers and cracking down on the migration coming through the border. And I think it's awesome that these other states and other politicians are going for Biden for allowing this mass invasion of our country, because that's what it is. It's a mass invasion of our country. No other country allows an open border like we do. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. I've posted a link in the description to the article I referenced so that you can find more information. I've also posted a link to the video from News Nation showing the reporter a year ago and then in September of 2023. It shows more information than just the water, but go check those two things out. Do some more research into it and let me know what you think and what you feel about it. Also, I want to do more videos like this talking about issues other than just the border crisis and President Biden. So also let me know in the comments what you want to see on this channel. I'm going to continue to post things about politics and the news and rights like freedom of speech and freedom to bear arms and things like that. But let me know if there's something that I'm not posting that you want to see, and I'll definitely work on that. So thank you again for watching, and we will see you in the next one.